Hello, Twin here, sharing you my very first beginner project. These are some of the things that are easy for beginners. I have my collection of positive fruits or vegetables. I've made a positive apple with a cute little saying. I've made my positive pickle, and they're all unique. Okay, and then this is my positive potato. So this is what we're actually going to make because it's simple and easy to follow. So we'll begin with this. After you learn the skills to make the potato, you can obviously move on to the pickle and the apple. Okay? So for this project, I will be using a medium weight yarn, 5.0 millimeter hook, some black yarn for the mouth or the eyes, scissors. If you like to use the safety eyes, you are welcome to do that. They come in different sizes. And then there's a backing to keep it from coming loose. And the last thing you need would be a needle to weave in your ends. I like to use some kind of magnetic sticker to keep my needle from, falling or getting lost. It's just basically my son's little sticker. And sometimes I will use a smaller size needle to help weave in the ends as well. So get your supplies ready and let's begin. Okay, so to begin, you need to make a magic ring. If you're not sure how to make one, I have a video that I've posted just to show you how to make the magic ring. So you wrap your fingers, make a cross in the back, weave underneath the first loop, pull through, but don't release. Grab the yarn and make your first stitch or first loop. And then you go through and make one single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to begin your magic ring, you need to have 6 single crochet in this loop. So that will make the bottom right here, so it's nice and round. There's the loose end of it. You pull straight through. So in order for you to make it round, you need to close the magic ring to start your circle. I like to just crochet the end as I go, so then I don't have a loose string hanging out. So you find the first stitch, you put your crochet hook through the first V. It's a little hard for the first time, but after you start working on it, it becomes easier. Come on, there we go. So then I go through the first crochet, single crochet stitch. So that's 1. You need to double it up. So I had 6 single crochet. I need to double it up to make it 12. So that's 1. Go back to the same single crochet. Make another one. Sorry, the first one's usually really hard because it's tight. That's 2 in one space. See that next V? I have to do 2 in the same space to make it 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you can see, I continue to weave in the ends. 11, 12. So sometimes you might miscount, so to make sure you go back and recount all your stitches to make sure you have 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is your second row. Now to expand to the next row, instead of doing 2 in each row, in each stitch, sorry, you do 1 stitch and then 2, 1, 2. So your next increase will be 18. So you're going from 12 to 18. So again, I'm going to keep continue to weave in my ends. Now for the beginners, it's if you want to mark where you start, so then you won't lose where you end. You can use a marker. I like to use a piece of string to just put it right there, so then I know where the end of my circle is, or my round, I mean. So here we go. So this is where I will begin. I'll do 1. Single crochet, that's 1. And the next stitch I will do 2 in the same stitch. 1, 2. That makes 3. And then I go back to 1. 1. 1, 2. So continue through the whole round. You can pause the video and then I'll meet you back when you get to the end. Okay, I'm at my last 2 stitches. I'm going to do 1, my last set, and then my 2. So I'm at where my marker is. If I count all my stitches, I should have 18. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I did my stitches correctly. Now, if you want to depend on the size, you can start going up this way, or you can do one more round, which I think I will do. So for the next round, from 18, we're going to get to 24. We're adding 6 more stitches. So instead of skipping 1, we're going to actually, instead of doing 1 and then 2, 1, 2, we're going to do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So I'm going to remove my marker to mark my spot. So 1 crochet, single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 2 in the same spot. So I've just made 4. So this next pattern is 1, 1, and then 2. So I've just made 8 single crochet. So go ahead and finish this pattern by going 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. And once you finish the round, when you get back here, you should have 24 total. So pause the video, finish your set, and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, so I'm at my last set. I just made 2 single crochet. I'm going to make my last 2 in the same spot. That makes 24. Okay, again, count your stitches to make sure you have the right amount. If not, go back and try that again. So I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. So that is correct. So now I'm going to start, I'm done increasing my round. I'm just going to start making the cylindrical shape, okay, which is going up this way. Depends on how tall you want your potato to be. This happens to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 rounds. So just keep going as far as you want, and then stop when you're ready to start, decreasing to close in the top. So I'm going to show you how I do this, and then you can pause the video after this, and then we can meet up at the end of your the last round that you want to start decreasing. So here's my stitch. I just keep going. So basically you're just doing single crochet in every round. And as you keep going and increasing around, you'll start noticing that it becomes cylindrical. And then it'll look more like a potato. So I'm gonna keep going and doing this. So this is almost like a spiral. So you don't have to worry about ending your round or beginning your round. You just keep going around and around in a spiral. And then when you have, I would say do 8 rounds to see how you like it. You can continue to use your marker to mark your spot as to where you started, so you can begin counting your rounds. I'm almost done with my first round, and then I'll show you how that works. Sorry about that. My yarn snagged on my camera. So I'm going to continue to finish my round. So this ends my first round. As you can see, it's already starting to move up. So if you want to get another piece of yarn to mark your first, you can do that as well. So I'm going to put another piece here to show that this is where I'm going to start the next one, or you could just keep going and not worry about it. So go ahead and pause the video and keep going around and around until you get to about, I don't know, 8 rounds, and then you can unpause it, and I'll meet you back here to show you how to finish up the potato. Okay, just checking in on you. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds. I'm going to make maybe 2 more or maybe 3 more, and then I'll check back in with you. Continue working on your rounds, and then unpause the video when you're ready. Okay, I think I'm done going up. I have about 8 rounds. This is a good time to start thinking about putting the eyes and the happy face on there before you close it up. I usually keep a little clip, or maybe you can use a paper clip for this, little pin to keep my work from unraveling. And then as you work with this, you don't have to worry about losing your stitches. So I kind of eyeball where I like the eyes and the mouth to be. So I have some black yarn. I'm going to show you how to make the eyes. So most people don't have safety eyes handy, so this is really a good way to make your the face. Okay, so what I do is I usually eyeball how big I want the eyes to be. They can all be unique and different. I come in from the back. I'm going to put the eyes right here. So I'm going to come in from the back, pull through, leave the ends to tie, and then I'm just going to go through one of the stitches. So if you keep going through the same opening, you'll create a nice round little eyeball. So I usually do about 3 or 4 times. And then the 4th time, I usually go in and then try to go out the same row, I guess, so they're even. So I think I'll put mine right here. Come out that way. Make sure you pull the ends through. So then I'm going to go through here. It's really up to you. There's no perfect way to do this because it's art. It's how you want it to look, and they can all be unique. No 2 pieces of my projects are exactly the same. They're all unique in their own ways because this is all part of your art. So that's my 4th loop. I'm going to go in and I'm going to start creating the happy face. So I'm going to go out where I want his mouth to start. And then I'm going to do like that. So I'm going to go through there. Since I want it to come down like a V, I'm going to come out where I want him to come, where the mouth to start to pucker. So where the V is, I'm going to do right there. come out through there. And then I'm going to grab that smiley part, pull down, and you see how that just created the V. And then I'm going to go back into that same hole that I came out from, and I'm going to pull right through. So I just made a happy face. So you have all this yarn. I'm just going to cut the yarn off and then just tie my ends so then it doesn't ravel on you or come loose. I do usually about 3 knots just to be safe. If you need to see how I do this part again, you can always pause and go back and see. So I just made a happy face. See that? So this is also a good time to start stuffing your potato. I forgot to mention this earlier. You need a little bit of stuffing, not a whole lot, to whatever, however you want it to feel. Like you could stuff it really full so it's more firm, or I like mine a little soft. But you can continue stuffing until you're happy with the way it feels. Okay, so I'm good here. You can continue doing that as you continue your project. Now I'm ready to start decreasing my project. So I'm going to remove my little pin. So to decrease, you're basically doing the opposite of what your increase is. Okay, so I'm going to mark my spot. I had 24. I'm going to go back down to 18, so I have to reduce 6 stitches. So I'm going to do, just like what we did with the increase, we're going to do 1, 2. Instead of increase, we're going to decrease. I actually have a video to show you how to make a decrease. If you need to check that out again, but I'm going to show you how to do that here. So my 2 stitches have to become 1 because I'm decreasing. So I'm going to grab the front loop of the V, 2 of them. I have 3 on my hook, pull right through all 3. So I just made a decrease. So to finish your round, you're going to do 1, 2, and decrease. So keep doing that throughout the whole round. Again, 1, 2, decrease. Pull through all 3 loops. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. You can finish the round and I'll meet you back up at the end. Okay, here we go. Here's my last decrease. I have 2 stitches left. So if you have made your stitches correctly, you should have your last decrease there, and then that's where my round ends. So now I have 18. I need to go down to 12. So we're doing the opposite of what we did with increase. So it's 1, decrease, 1, decrease. 1, decrease. Pull through all 3 loops. So I've just made 1 set of decrease. 1 and decrease. So continue doing this and I'll meet you at the end of your round. Okay, I'm at my very last decrease set. So it's 1 and then decrease. So if you did your stitches correctly, you should have 12 left over. Okay, so here's your last row before you close the top. So for the 12 stitches, you need to reduce it to, so there are 6 left over. So remember correctly, we start off with 6 stitches, so that's what we're doing. Exactly the same number of stitches by the time we're done. So in order for you to do the last round, you're going to do 2 stitches together to make a decrease. So that's 1, 2, and then you keep going. So go ahead and work on all of your decreases, and by the time you're done, you should have only 6 stitches together. And get your needle ready. We're going to close it up and we be done. Okay, welcome back. I am at my last 6 stitches. I'm going to cut my yarn, have my needle ready to make my closing and include my little tag for positive potato. I usually leave about, I don't know, about 10 inches worth of yarn left. You can always cut them off if you don't need them. What you do is you take the loop and pull straight through, and then you will have the long loose end to weave in your opening. Good. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to let you get all your supplies, thread your needle, and we'll begin to sew our potato together. Okay, here we go. I have my my yarn and my needle. So what I'm going to do is just basically take just the front loop of each of these stitches and just go through 1, 2, 3, just the front loop of the V, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So once you have all your stitches, if you pull that loose yarn, you will see that it closes the opening up. Look how cute that is. So now I'm going to, instead of just cutting the yarn and weaving it in, right now I'm going to add my little potato seam that I made. So to secure the opening, I'm actually going to go through, it doesn't really matter how you do it, I'm just going to go through it a few times, and I like to use the end of the loop to wrap around to make another knot. So that's it. I think that feels pretty good. I'm going to put my needle through the paper to create the little loop in case you want to just use this to hang somewhere. Okay, so to tie off your yarn, I usually go through the loop. It doesn't matter really how you do it. However long you want your string to be. Okay, and then I usually just tie it off and secure my knot. And then I usually would just cut off the excess yarn. So here you go. If you want to weave that in to make it look nicer, you can do that, or just leave it. There we go. Ta-da! We're done. This will make a great gift, and it will make someone's day. Hope you enjoyed my video. Have a perfect day.